Amazingly, this is a used 2018 Mallard 28 rear bath opposing slide with an island kitchen in the middle of it here at Heartland RV of Coldwater, Michigan. 6,230 pounds. Folks bought it, used it once, and went, we love camping. We don't like this layout. They swapped it out for a big triple slide Winnebago here at Heartland RV. Drove all the way up from Tennessee to do it. Couldn't be happier. So let's take a look at this thing and learn all about how it can benefit you folks. You know, just because it didn't work out for them doesn't mean it don't work out for you. Everybody camps different. Every model's good in different ways. So right away when you step inside, you can see this thing is basically brand new, but except probably cleaner than when it was brand new, because these folks took nice care of this thing. You know, they I think they actually ran the exterior through a wash before they brought it here. They just took great care of it. So this gives us you know, the big living room super slide with all of our seating here, and then the island kitchen and all the extra storage that can kind of go along with that. This is a floor plan that these folks had been making for a long time. When we were a Heartland dealer years back, we had this in a trail runner called the 29 IKBS. Interestingly, it's a floor plan that has largely fallen out of favor. The majority of campers out there seem to gravitate away from this layout now. So when folks get a hold of one, it's like, it's one of those like love-hate things. It's like either someone goes, oh my god, that's exactly the one I have to have, or no, it's not doing it for me. There's never an in-between, but they didn't waste anything. You know, this is a, like I said, this is a well-equipped base level camper. That's the story of this one. Like, we've got plenty of drawer space, we've got plenty of cabinet space. You know, they could have put more drawers in there, but they didn't. They could have put fancier cabinet doors in, but frankly it wouldn't make the RV be more functional, it would just make it more expensive. And they put some nice eye candy in, like the little sort of like etched wainscoting sort of look here, you know. They did some simple things. Now this is all aluminum structure. This is fully laminated, and they do have a little 2.5-inch roof arch. That's something that the guys at Rockwood actually pioneered with a laminated roof, and it's since started to kind of penetrate through the rest of the industry. But I mean, look at the gleam and the gloss on the countertops. You got the nice stainless sink meeting you right when you walk in the door. Big high-rise faucet with the sprayer, you know, everything you need. Now, what is kind of neat, and it's base level, but it's handy, is they actually have a little central vacuum built right in here, and it kind of reminds me of when Montana first did that. Montana was the first, like, big fifth wheel to include central vacuums pretty much across the board. They made a big deal about it, and they would mount it right here in the kitchen so that you had to notice it and you couldn't ignore it. This right here is a trifold sleeper sofa, so you can, you know, sleep guests, grandkids, whatever. And over here is something that Heartland actually has gotten a lot of flack for over the years. Though truth be told, as a person who actually camps, it is one of my favorite arrangements. So, at a glance, it's a simple, generic booth dinette that you've seen 100 times. There's storage below the benches. But then you look at the table. And this is where we gotta be not too quick to judge, folks. You're gonna look at this and say, oh man, they got those, it's one of those cheap little tables. It's the same tabletop that you get in basically any booth dinette, but it's got a very simple set of folding table legs. You know why I love that? Because I've got long legs, and unlike those pedestals that are always in the way, the folding leg tables like this, the legs can get out of the way. You actually don't need the rear set of legs folded down, because it does have some wall clips where you can clip it to the wall. But what I like about this dinette setup right here is that table is now free floating. If I want to fold those legs up and take it outside for picnic time, I can do that. And in point of fact, this is exactly what I like to do in my own campers whenever I go out. I like to just unscrew the pedestal base off a table. For $40, you can put on a set of these folding legs, which you obviously don't have to here because it's already done. And then you maintain the ability to have a free floating table in a fixed booth dinette. And for a guy like me, who's a little bit bigger than my wife and kid, and I like to cheat the table and chair, the table over toward their side of the bench, you know, that works well for me. Now, this is awesome. This is some serious storage right here. This is probably about the size of a 12 cubic foot gas-electric refrigerator, if you're familiar with something like that. Now, you can see that hanging rods up top and those shelves. These shelves are removable. You can see that you can adjust those there if you need to, so you can create as much pantry or closet space as you need. Now, one of the calling cards of this model is an outside kitchen, which creates a giant rear bathroom in a non-bunkhouse camper most of the time. This is the most common non-bunk outside kitchen arrangement. Now, between the little roof vault plus that skylight, the shower is pretty tall person friendly. And it's simple in here because remember, this is a base level camper. It's just got a lot of equipment, but it's nice. It's clean. Lots of floor space for a big guy like me. But remember, outside, you have an outside kitchen down here, and you'll see that more when we step outside of the trailer. But up here, you see, you've got just huge either closet space, storage space, anything you want. You can make the space be and do whatever you want. That's a very handy feature. Now, as we're swinging around, I'll take a moment to point out the fact that we do have all LED lights in here, which is very nice. It keeps the temperature down. Now, they didn't put any more lights in here than they had to, but it's currently, the sun's not out right now. Like, you can see outside the windows, it's still a little bit of that twilight look, that morning sun still coming up. It's plenty bright in here. They did what they needed to. That's what this camper is all over the place. They said, okay, we're going to do exactly what needs to be done. We're not going to go overboard and do too much of anything. You know, what exactly do we need to do? And they've got the lights positioned really well. Like, if you go through and turn each one of them off, you see that, yes, that is exactly where they needed a light, you know? Now, tons of counter space in here, too. Having both the island and this rear chunk of counter with the recessed stove is just super beneficial. Now, the TV enclosure does spin around. I'll have to look because I don't believe that TV came from the factory. I think that's something the previous owner installed and they left in here. And that is a huge sign of class from owners. When they leave behind electronics they've purchased with their own cold hard cash. That's a cool thing. Bluetooth DVD system down here, so you got your inside-outside entertainment. Again, TV can spin if we need it. We do have sliding privacy doors, and you are going to be enjoying a brand new Winnebago mattress. These folks, he was basically living in the camper for the very short time that he owned it, needed some more bedroom space, more storage space, so that's why he swapped out to something with a bed slide, picking up a 30-foot, well, probably 35-foot when it's all measured out, Winnebago trailer here. But he had a big, nice, comfy residential mattress because he wasn't just camping, he was living in here. And he said, I want to keep that. And we said, no problem, we'll swap it out. So here we've got a 60 by 80 true queen, not a short camp queen. Brand new that no one's ever slept on before in the bag. And what's nice is this bedroom's big enough you can actually still even squeak around the foot of the bed. Kind of handy that way. Let's take a peek outdoors. So just like the inside, it is clean outside. I think he actually ran it through a wash before he dropped it off up here because this is just spick and span. Of course, so what's nice is coming from Tennessee, it didn't have to deal with all the, like, you know, Midwestern snow and salt that we normally have at this time of year, though I am not complaining. We are blissfully free of all that nonsense right now. So, for those not aware, a Mallard is under another name also in the market called North Trail. They're the exact same thing under different stickers. Nothing wrong with that. Not throwing shade or anything. They're just different in that regard. But they're effectively the same camper. So how is she put together here? Well, we've got a lot of lamination aluminum framework. Although I think what helps is understanding what this product is. And I mentioned it inside, but I want to reinforce that out here. It's a very well-dressed entry-level lightweight. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Like I said, it's very much like if you buy the base LS car, and then you add the cruise control and power doors and mirrors and seats and all that. So it's the base model with just lots of upgrades, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It gets the job done, and you're not going to go broke getting into it as compared to some other things out there, you know. So we got a fully automotive painted 3/4 nose cap. With that diamond plate on the front. That combination has become quite popular, though I do like to point out the little detail here. If you pay attention, this cap actually sleeves over the wall. I like sleeving caps like that because it's much harder for water to try to penetrate through that termination strip, the seam right here. You notice your baggage doors are all slam latches with the sealed protected hinges and the magnet latches right here to make life simple. Cable-driven slides are very reliable. They are lightweight, and you can see that there's the slide awning topper put up here. Previous owner had that put on just to help make life simple, easier, less maintenance, less cleaning the slides. Something people ask about sometimes is, what are these? This is a very simple, low-dollar solution to an otherwise tricky problem. This is a smooth slide wall. Sometimes these slide seals don't get grabbed the way they're supposed to. Well, these things right here, they flip the slide wiper seal in or out to make sure it gets flipped the way that it needs to be. Back here we've got our centralized hookup station. You can see that we do have a full outside utility shower. I like that all the hookups are in the back corner because that's where you're going to mostly find the park hookups. That's the most logical place for it. We do have backup camera readiness back here. This also has, let's see, power awning, power tongue jack, power stabilizer jack. So everything on this is push button simple. Your outside kitchen back here has got kind of an interesting but very neat, very effective arrangement. I just about fell right into a pothole right there. Usually Michigan's known for potholes on the highway, not in the driveway. But hey, here at Heartland RV, we're breaking molds, I guess. So you can throw yourself a grill on the back bumper right here, and this is actually a swing arm. This can swing right around over here to the outside kitchen. I like how they have this arranged. It makes a lot of sense because one thing you can never have too much of is countertop space. So I like that we have just a sliding countertop space thing. More space back here, and it is TV ready against that rear wall. We do have a real sink with a real drain and Dad's medicine cabinet. And I like that this is a nice big tall door. They did a good job of properly balancing interior bathroom storage with exterior outside kitchen use. Now, some folks wonder sometimes, you know, that awning, it goes right over the slide on the door side of my camper. Am I gonna have room for my picnic tables and chairs? And yeah, absolutely. That's like maybe an 18-inch deep slide. That is, roughly I don't know, a 10-foot deep awning, and it's extremely wide. So there's a lot of benefits there. But the other thing to consider, guys, is remember the slide awning cover on the super slide on the other side of the camper? Ask yourself, why do people put those on there? It helps shade the slide out, and it helps reduce maintenance required by keeping dirt, debris, sun, weather off the top of that slide. Because you need to think of your slide out like it's a miniature camper built inside of your camper. The exact same principles all apply to that roof as apply to this roof. Well, instead of having to spend extra money to put a slide awning up here, bang, you've got an awning built right into the camper that covers that slide out to help shade the slide, to help reduce and maintenance from less weather exposure. So it's a very beneficial thing having the awning right over that slide right there. Underbelly is enclosed. This is forced air heated. It's a solid camper. Like I said, it is a well-appointed base level unit, and being a used 18, I have no concerns about getting like new finance on this. Same as new finance should be very, very possible on this one. Also, you're not paying the new RV depreciation off the sticker price. Unfortunately, the previous owner did that for you, and they knew it. They knew that. The guy even called us. He goes, "Listen, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I got a 2018 I'm gonna trade in. You're gonna think I'm absolutely nuts, but I like camping. I just need a different layout. I need more space in my bedroom." Well, we had the one. We made it work. He was happy. He made a long drive to work with us here at Heartland RV. That's got to say something for what we do here. So the good news is you get a new camper to use price tag here. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.